Good afternoon, guys. Now, in this transients, up to now we covered time domain concepts. Now we'll switch to Laplace. So, what is Laplace and how we convert that Laplace? How we use the Laplace in solving problems? So, the content is lecture 7, 15. This is in transients. So, Laplace transforms and its application. To electric circuit. So, until now we in a time domain we have related the equation in having a behavior of so the differential equation for RLC circuits. So for this RLC circuit for RL circuit or RLC circuit, we got a differential equation. So if we want to find the current here, we got the differential equation in the current form. Okay. So finding that solution, if the circuit demands that you to find the current response of inductor and voltage response of capacitor. So solving the differential equation is bit tough. You can solve for one order or max probably second order, but if order increases you cannot find that response. So for that reason we will use Laplace transforms. So there is a small technique using the Laplace transform. It will be simpler to obtain a solution of differential equation. So simply only the mathematics you need is algebraic equation solving, and for the Laplace you need to apply inverse Laplace also for that Laplace transform. So why we use the Laplace transform means just to transform a differential equation to an algebraic form, and we'll after finding that algebraic form we use some techniques and we'll find the Laplace transform of that equation, and after that we'll find the inverse and solve. So the main use of Laplace is, what is the use of Laplace is, why we use Laplace is here. So when we use Laplace, so you are until now you are bit familiar to use the time domain concepts, so finding differential equations and all. Now if the order increases more than 2 or equal to 2 means it will be difficult to find the differential equation. So when order is greater than or equal to 2, that means more than 2 energizing elements exist, or if 2 elements exist, we'll use Laplace. Even though you have one energizing elements also, you can use Laplace. We'll see that later now. And finding time constants. So in few sums, for example, let us take, this is one circuit. I asked you to find the voltage response V1 and V2. Okay, so this is a second order function. Since you have to do time constants here, this is R1, this is R2. Now what you will do, initially for a single circuit, directly you find a time constant. For this time constant means tau equal to R by tau equal to RC. Finish. For this constant, you cannot find directly VC1 time constant here. To find the time constant, what should you do? So you should for finding R equivalent, you need to open this. Okay, you got R equivalent. So you cannot find here. The possibility of finding R equivalent is not possible. Similarly, C equivalent is not possible. So if you have the circuit like this, energizing element, and for finding R equivalent, you just what you find is, you just open the capacitors, you switch on this thing, you look into this, you will get R equivalent. Similarly, to finding C equivalent, you get C1 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. But in this circuit, you cannot find time constant. So there we use Laplace transforms here. So in the internal meaning is that you can, if it doesn't find time constant, you cannot get a finite equation. So generally, standard equation we have V of 0, V of infinite plus V naught minus V infinite e power minus t by tau you have. So for any circuit, there will be a time constant here. So if you not find enough you to find this time constant, how can you find that equation? There will be a problem. So for that reason, we use Laplace here. Simply they will convert this capacitors into Laplace transforms. I'll show in the later in coming classes how to convert all these things, and there will be some small mathematics. You'll find that, and later you can do that. So finding time constant, if order is increasing more than that, so finding differential equations, it will be hard. So you will transform the different equation to a Laplace domain. So after transforming the Laplace domain, you will get a linear equation. So you solve that linear equation, things will be done. Okay. So for example, I take the differential equation. Say let us take differential equation y of x of t. So we need response x of t equal to f of t. So the response is we need x of t. So the x of t may be current, maybe voltage. Let's assume that this is a differential equation y of x of t, and this is a external input. Okay. Now we'll apply the solution technique. I am saying technique to solve Laplace. So this is the same technique we will follow in every circuit. Applying Laplace to above circuit, the above equation. So that after applying above equation, the Laplace transforms is, you will get in the S form. This is f of s. So after you getting this Laplace transforms of both them, you will extract this x of s, and you will get the entire equation in the form of Laplace terms, s terms. And after getting this x of s in Laplace domain, if you if you need response x of t, then you will apply inverse Laplace to x of s. So you'll understand this concept while solving these problems. This is the for mathematics. Just you have differential equation, you will apply Laplace to that differential equation. After applying that, what are the response you need will get in Laplace transform. After inversing that Laplace, you will get x of t. So this is x of t response we need. That is I of t or v of t. Okay. So let us go to some Laplace concepts. So in general, what is the Laplace means? Laplace of function f of t. So Laplace of f of t equal to f of s is equal to integral of 0 to infinite f of t e power minus st dt. So s is called complex frequency variable. S is called complex frequency variable. So the Laplace here is the time function, you're transforming it to complex function. So main reason is here for frequency means what? Time means frequency f equal to 1 by t. So if you want a time at a t equal to 0, then you need to find the response s tends to infinite. Okay, so things will be easy if a system is working at frequency infinite condition. So the main reason of converting a Laplace time domain to frequency domain, so in frequency domain you have many techniques to convert in a simpler form. So simply Laplace means converting time domain to frequency domain. So actually depth circuit means you can refer few books here. So what is why use Laplace transform? Here we are not going to deal that topic here. So that is a very big topic which is not required. So simply we use this technique. So the mathematical equations and how to convert inductor to a Laplace form and capacitor to a Laplace term we'll observe there here. So if you for any function, this is a Laplace, and similarly after Laplacing you get f of s, and after inversing you will get f of t. So f of t is what? Laplace inverse of f of s. You will get f of t. Okay. So we'll see some basic Laplace transforming. We already done in mathematics 1 in So if you want to find Laplace f of t equal to some k, so for t greater than equal to 0, for t less than equal to 0, that means the function f of t equal to k means, so it is acting k, it has a constant k. So at t greater than 0 it is constant k, this function. At t less than 0 it is 0. So by definition of Laplace, f of s equal to, you have 0 to integral f of t e power minus st dt. So by Laplacing this, so 0 to infinity k into e power minus st dt. So you bring that k constant outside and you integrate this e power minus st dt. So k into e power minus st by minus s, 0 to infinite. After solving this, you will get k of e power minus infinite by minus s to e power minus 0 by minus s, that is equal to k by s. So the Laplace transform of f of t here is k by s. So we don't use any concepts of this. So we don't want to find all this stuff here in this Laplace transform. Basically, what is the Laplace? How you will do for any circuit for k or t tends to greater to infinity? We are just for f of t function you do. The f of t has a function of time t only. That means it is a ramp call. This is called ramp function. So the Laplace of this function f of t equal to t, this is called ramp. The Laplace of this f of t is f of s equal to 1 by s square. If you have constant k of t, then it will have k of s square. Similarly, the Laplace transform f of t equal to, instead of k, you may have k of cos theta, k of cos omega t. So this is f of t. So we have Laplace transform equal to k into s by s square plus omega square. So you need to remember the standard Laplace transform of few circuits. Similarly, the Laplace f of t equal to exponential form, k into e power minus at. So this is exponential f of t function, f of t equal to k into e power minus at. So the Laplace transform is 1 by k into s plus a. So you need to remember this concept. So f of t equal to k into e power minus at cos omega t means, so you'll use this by, you have properties. So we'll see the properties now. These are the standard functions, Laplace transform functions. You need to remember. I'll show you standard. I'll give you a format of standard functions. You need to remember few Laplace transforms, standard Laplace transforms. So directly we'll use that Laplace transforms equations for, now let us see some properties of Laplace transforms. So the properties. So we don't use all properties in here in your course here. So we have the property of linearity. So the property of linearity, Laplace of f1 of t plus f2 of t plus so on fn of t equal to what? f1 of s plus, you already know all these things. Just I am recollecting things which will be used here. So on f1 of s. This is the linearity property, you already know, and the scaling property. Scaling theorem you will call generally. So the scaling theorem deals as Laplace transform of a function having a constant k f of t, then you will have k of f of s. So now I will said, no, just Laplace transform f of t equal to 1 by s square, then f of t into kt equal to k into f of s, so k by es square. That's it, the scaling theorem states. Now again the main theorem you use is real differentiation. So basing on this theorem only, the real differentiation theorem only, we are concluding some things here. So real differentiation means Laplace of differentiation of any function f of t. Laplace of differentiation of any function f of t, you will get s into f of s minus of f into 0 minus. So if you observe carefully, differentiation of f of t, that means differentiation of time. So we have VL equal to L di by dt. Okay. So voltage across inductor means we are writing L equal to di by dt. Here, what do you need? If you want to, this VL equal to this, so VL of t am I supposed to give, then we need to apply Laplace to this function. So Laplace of L di by dt means, what do you get? This is Laplace. So di by dt means L into S into I of S minus I of 0. So this is the Laplace of this differential term. So this is the main reason I'm saying. So simply what you did, just you're converting the differential into a linear algebraic equation. So f of minus I naught means initial condition. Slowly you will get understand, don't get panic. Slowly I'll make into you people into go to the subject. So f of minus I, so the function is f of t. You are making Laplace transform of this differential equation, that is s into f of s minus of f of 0. So this is what you do at the time t equal to 0 you are doing. At time t equal to 0, this function needs a Laplace of s into f of s minus of initial condition. Okay, you need to observe this. So if you having a second order differential equation, so mainly we use these two things only. Then the Laplace of this is s square f of s minus s into f of minus 0 minus f dash of 0. So this is the second equation. So this is a second order function Laplace. This is f of minus 0 and this is f of initial condition. So initial condition f of 0 and differentiation of initial condition. So the standard thing you have is if you have n order differential equation, so nth order differential equation means L of dn f of t by dt. So you can write Sn f of s minus s into n plus 1, n minus 1, n minus 1 f of 0 minus s into n minus 2 f dash of 0 minus so on f of n minus 1 0. So if order is 2 means this formula again becomes s square f of s minus s into n, in place of n equal to 2 you place 1, so this will become f of 0 minus of f of so n minus 2 minus 2 0, so f dash 0. So you get this equation. So in Laplace transform we use a real differential theorem. So that means you convert this equation to this equation. So and again other main theorem you use is real integral. So the Laplace transform of any integral function f of t dt, you will be getting f of s by s. That means similarly the voltage across the inductor 1 by L into 1 by C into integral of I dt. So if you apply Laplace to this thing means f of s will become 1 by C into I of s by s. So you use this differential integral to transform this equation to this equation. So no integral, no differentiation here, only you got some algebraic form. Okay, so if you having a nth order means so if nth order means nth integral, so this is one integral means you got 1s. If you have n integrals means f of s by s power n. Simple. Okay. And you will have another differential another property. So these two properties we require real differential equation, real integral. So this is always you know the common thing. Another thing you need to know is so you know not to remember all these differential equations and all. And the background of mathematics I'm explaining you. We won't use all these techniques. We use only the end things. So extraction of this mathematics only we will use. You need not to get refer all these integrals and all. only the extraction, that means we'll use. So differentiation by S. Differentiation of S property. That means the Laplace of a function having a t multiplied with t, f of t with t, then the Laplace transform is minus d f of s by s ds. Similarly, you have a complex translation. So the complex translation is Laplace of exponential of minus at f of t function. Then the Laplace is f of s plus a. So I'll explain this now. Complex translation. So Laplace of e power minus at f of t equal to f of s plus a. So for example, if you take f of t equal to the function t, then the Laplace f of s equal to what? 1 by s square. So if the Laplace of e power minus t f of t asked means, so what you will do? So in place of s, you place s plus a. That means 1 by s plus a whole square. Similarly, f of t equal to 1. So Laplace of this function is, say instead of 1 you will take k. So Laplace transform of k is k by s. So already solved. So if you Laplace transform e power minus at f of t means, then it will become k by s plus a. Okay. Similarly, Laplace transform of f of t equal to cos omega t. So you got f of t function, that current or voltage function. So f of t means current or voltage. So Laplace of this is k into s by s square plus omega square. If I ask the Laplace of e power minus at f of t, then what happens? K into s plus a by s plus a whole square plus omega square. So what you are doing, according to this theorem, the Laplace transform of f of t you get in s terms. So in place of s term, you will add s plus a. S plus a. So this is the calculus. Similarly, f of t equal to k sine omega t. Then the Laplace transform f of s equal to what? K into omega by. So Laplace transform of f of t s square plus omega square. So Laplace transform of e power minus at f of s equal to f of t equal to k into omega by s plus a whole square plus omega square. Okay. So this is the things we need to know. So you will get while solving the circuit, you will get the expression in this form. So after Laplacing this, you will get this form. So you'll look all those things. So another property, real translation property. So real translation property, or called shifting theorem. So Laplace of f of t minus t. That means this f of t function is shifted to t. That means the function f t is shifted to some. If this is f of t, then this function f of t means this f of t minus t. So Laplace of this thing is e power minus ts f of s. Okay. So another two things we need. We have initial value theorem. So initial value theorem. The limit of f of t tends to 0. That means at t tends to 0 you need to find f of t function. Then that gives a limit of s tends to infinite s into f of s. So I'll explain this condition here. If you get the circuit equation f of t equal to some function v naught v infinite plus v of 0 minus v infinite e power minus t by tau. This is the function you got. So you need to find t equal to 0 means you simply what you will do at t equal to 0 you substitute this equation and you will get a v of 0 equal to some value. So instead of doing that, there is a thing is you will find a v of s. So Laplace transform this t time constant. So if you want a time equal to at a t equal to 0 the value of this, if you simply do multiply s term and doing Laplace s equal to infinite, you will get some value. So this value is equal. So in some circuits this is a simple thing you can do, but in a few equations it is hard to find the value of function at time t equal to 0. So that to include that cumbersome we use this theorem. So this is called initial value theorem. Similarly, final value theorem. So this theorem means we need to find f of t function at t tends to infinite. So v of infinite value. So that in that condition Laplace of t tends to s tends to 0 s into f of s. So here s becomes 0, here s becomes infinite. So since t frequency is inversely proportional to time, so t equal to 0 means s tends to infinite. So the same function f of t you got f of s, you multiplied with s. Similarly f of t you got f of s multiplied with that. So s tends to infinite you will find. So now I'll explain these two things here. For suppose you got a function say for example v of t equal to say 10 e power minus 2t. Okay, so if you apply a time t equal to 0, so t equal to 0 means what happens, v of 0 that equal 10 into e power minus 0, then it will got 10 value. Okay, now by using this formula, Laplace of this is v of s equal to what, 10 into s plus 2. Okay, so limit of s tends to infinite s into v of s, let us say, then it will become what, 10 into s plus 2. Okay, 10 into s plus 2. So limit t tends to, you'll place t tends to infinite. So s into 10 you will extract s here, 1 plus t by s. So you cancel both s's, you substitute infinite in this thing, 10 by 1 plus 2 by infinite. So 2 by infinite is value 0, this is 10. So you got what, at time domain t equal to 0 you got 10. Similarly by using Laplace, converting this thing into Laplace, and you will apply this formula and you got 10. So this is where you use this form, initial value theorem. So in solving all these things, you just go through all the video I'm uploading here. So this is about theorems. So just a small recap what I explained now. So this is all about why you use Laplace transform, means you transform the differential equation to algebraic equation, and so this is the thing I had explained. Now again standard functions you got. So So this is the properties I explained. So in the next class I'll give the few standard formulas and we go to directly solving the circuits. Thank you.